Much y'all, what up? Much y'all, what up? What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy Feezy, the main man. We in the building. You know what it is, man. Hey, man. En ce moment, right now, this interview is a high risk for me, man. Shit.
Tell him.
That's a high risk right now, man. I got two up and coming artists from the city, you know what I mean? Two artists that are working hard, trying to make their way in the city, trying to make their voice heard. Got one of them that I've been dealing with for quite some time right now, you know what I mean? He's been pushing his career. Now he's back, introducing one of his boys that I didn't necessarily hear before, but it's a pleasure always to hear new artists. Dante Crooks in the building, my man Genius in the building. How y'all doing, fellas?
Pharmacist, man.
Everything good?
Yeah, man, it's me, Genius, man. Yo, Montreal artist, man, 24 years old. My hair dog, yo, I've been rapping since 2016, 2017. I had a couple hits back then, you know, I used to call myself intellectual, you know. And now we go by Genius, that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
so what happened with the transition between how you became an intellectual and now you're a pharmacist, man? I'm trying to get that.
Yeah, so what happened is that, like, yo, I used to be like that little nerd, you know, that guy with the glasses and shit, that guy that, like, people used to not take serious, you know. Then I upgraded my shit to the Genius, you know, where you're on the next level, you know. Exactly.
So basically, from what I understood, you would say what, the drip change? What changed really in terms of the pharmacist and intellectual?
The pharmacist is like who I am right now, and like, yo, Genius is just like me, you know, like the upgrade my intelligence. Like, yo, the more I'm gonna drop music, the more you guys are gonna see, yo, this guy's a genius, because like what I do is because like I studied music and shit, and like, yo, I just master hooks, I master catchy songs, you know. That's all we do, you know, catchy shit, shit that stays in your head, you know. That's what's up.
I like that, man. So you brought your boy today, Dante Crooks, in the building.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, my man.
Dante Crooks in the car, you already know what the fuck going on. You know, I actually used to be making music back in the day, like 2018, under like Young Manny. Back in high school,
Young Manny, okay.
I'm 20 years old, you know what I mean? Like, it was nothing serious, but like...
She's 24 and 20, y'all young, man. Enjoy the youth, guys. Enjoy it.
But like, yo, I just had to be more real about it. Like, Dante's actually my name, you know what I'm saying? Like, Crooks, you know, recipes, young cuts, you know, that's where that's from. So, like, that's me, Dante Crooks, you know what I mean? Like, real as possible, and the young nigga that always trying to learn and do better, you know? Yeah.
So Dante Crooks, at 20 years old, what's your inspiration that pushed you into the music, man? I want to know who you're listening to, man. What made you grab the pen and shit?
I'm not even gonna lie, like, I used to be really into R&B, melodic stuff like that, you know, like I come from a melodic background. Like, my grandfather's acted like a reggae artist, his name is Jacques Kutta.
Okay.
So I always had like music in my background, you know. My uncle passed away a couple years ago, rest in peace. And he was doing music a little bit, and that really made me want to go harder in it, you know. It pushed me to want to go further and like really show niggas like, yo, like, Young Cuts is here, you know what I'm saying? Like, be present, you know what I'm saying? So
the R&B, who were you listening to then?
Usher, Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying, like early 2000s. Then it started evolving.
And shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, Neo. Then
so you see, you saying Usher, that's good, because it's kind of still it's far back. Usher, we're talking about the 90s, you know what I mean?
For sure, bro. Like, I grew up on all of that, Destiny's Child and them, you know.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
And my man Genius, man. What's your inspiration, man?
Yo, me, I got a lot of my inspiration from like, yo, them futures and shit, you know, like me, I seen like just basically stories of like niggas that like came from the bottom and shit. Me, I feel like I relate a lot to Future, you know. Came up, you know, poverty, single mother, had to, you know, go outside and get it, you know, starving, not even really having money, you know, having to hustle and shit. That's what I'm saying, you know. That's where high risk comes from, you know.
That's what's up.
Everything you do is a high risk, you know.
Exactly. Now, in terms of the music now, is it something you guys take serious, or is it like, man, if it's working, it's working? Or is it like a hobby? How do you see the music?
So, yo, for me, when I started this shit, like, let's say 2016, 2015, I was just doing freestyles on Facebook, you know. I was that guy, I was like probably 16 at that time, I was on Facebook doing freestyles and shit. That's how I got my first buzz. And then people started watching me and like, yo, they started sharing my shit. So I was like, yo, let me just like, you know, start doing rap and shit. So I started dropping videos. My first video was like some on YouTube. If you guys check it out, Intellectual When You See Me. That was like one of my first videos. Then I upgraded. I went like in 2017 in August. I dropped this collab with Kevin Shane called Cake. It's actually like I did a movie on that.
Yes, I remember that one.
And then like I kept going. Then I in 2018 I had this like. I made a video, I think, with Empty Lord in like December and shit. And then from then, like I didn't really drop, until 2020 January. I dropped a song called Don't Panic. Actually, it was 2021 actually. So from 2018,
is it like COVID that slowed you down a little bit? Would you say?
Oh, it's a lot of shit. Sometimes like you gotta be real with the music and like, cause like sometimes if you're not really like. What people don't understand is with this music shit, it takes funding, like you gotta work hard for this shit, like it's not gonna be given, you gotta like literally invest in yourself, So I felt like I wasn't ready, and like now that I'm like doing my shit, I'm older and shit, more mature, like we doing this shit better, more serious and shit.
That's what's up. Now I have a question for you guys, man, because you guys are two rising artists right now, up and coming, trying to make it happen and stuff. So can you name me 3 obstacles that you guys are facing coming up in the game?
Like we said, like he said, like funding, that's one thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to stay consistent with the funding because your music is a business, you know what I mean? I personally would say another thing I gotta really work on is like social media presence, you know what I mean? Like being more active on that because real life be hitting, you know what I'm saying? So like to really be in front of a camera and doing that all the time is like it's a distraction, but like you got to put that into your priorities if this is what you're trying to do, I guess. And then a third thing, man, like I don't know, just staying focused. There's a lot of snakes in the grass, like niggas try to divert you from your goals and shit, so just know who you're around and like once again real recognize real. So that's what I would say.
You have anything to add, my man?
Yeah, so the question was
3 obstacles that you're facing as an up and coming artist.
So one thing as an artist, first thing is like you can't let your real life catch up with this some people be inventing fantasies and shit when they rap. Like I feel like you should stay real when you rap so you avoid like the hate, because it's like people are gonna hate you regardless, but if you're rapping about some fugazi shit and some shit you're not about, people are gonna come check you on that and shit. And then another obstacle is like you gotta know what you're doing. Yeah, mostly you gotta know what you're doing at all times, man.
So if you think about the game in Montreal in general, you guys kind of know who the players are in terms of the people that are doing their thing and stuff.
For sure.
So what's your opinion of the scene? Like, what do you think is missing for you guys to actually be on top right now, man?
Shit, me personally, I feel like it's all about time. Everything is about time. I feel like in the past, even 2-3 years, the game has changed. And there's a lot of artists and there's a lot of more opportunities in the city that weren't there before. I feel like it's all about like staying consistent with your shit, Niggas that were going and making music during the pandemic, they're still here and it shows, like you could tell people that were staying consistent with their shit, So, yeah.
Wait, reframe that question.
That's a high risk. My man, if you think about the game in general, all right. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So, one thing that you guys would need in order to be on top of the game in Montreal, if you analyze the scene right now, because who's doing what, who's on top, what they're doing. The
smartest thing for me, as somebody who thinks a lot, me, like honestly, what I feel like is like niggas should more work together,
Yeah.
As artists, like artists should start collabing, like helping each other grow, because like especially like if you're an English artist and we're in Montreal as a French city, like you need French fans, you need people who listen to French, English rap, like you need all of that, you need a fan base. You need a fan base, build a strong fan base.
So are you guys collaborating with French artists or no?
Honestly, like me, I have this thing coming. I'm but like me, I actually fuck with like Shreeze and Tizo and shit. So like those are some guys I'm planning to collab with soon. I be talking to them and shit. Shreeze, I actually like chilled with him a couple times. Tizo, it's funny, I seen him the other day and shit. We were like, I'm gonna hit you up for a shit. He's like, yeah, bless. So you know, it's like we're trying to collab with English, French. I can't lie, the people who are more popular in Montreal right now are like French artists. So it's like
For sure.
we gotta fuck with the French, man.
Gotta
You know,
assimilate.
you gotta fuck with the French. Then you know, you go from Montreal, Toronto, then etc. You know.
Now my question is more like everybody in Canada, I mean in Quebec, is listening to English rap. Like they all listen to Future, they all listen to Migos and all that. So why should they listen to you guys instead of them?
Why
As
they
a
should
fan?
listen to
Yeah,
us
why?
instead?
Why do you guys are bringing to the table in terms of if you're a fan? Why should I go and click on you guys' music and listen
So
to
yo, first of all, when you listen to Genius, like first thing is like, yo, this shit's catchy. It's like niggas stand out. You know, first of all, my name. You know, like I wouldn't call myself Genius if I wouldn't stand out and like I'm on some next level shit. You know, like we trying to stand out here. We trying to do shit different. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't trying to sound like anybody else. You know, especially in English. Like us, we're actually from an English neighborhood. You know, me, I'm personally from NDG. You know, grew up speaking English parents and shit. We just went to school in French. You know, so it's like it's really English. So it's like you're gonna listen to our shit.
What are you trying to say, man? Hey, there's a problem with people that don't speak English as a first language?
No. English rappers though.
Okay, yo, so what? Do you feel like it's an issue if you're an English artist, but you
you're
don't,
not Anglophone?
English is not your first language? Is there an
Nah,
issue?
it's not. But yo, you're gonna see a difference on how niggas sound. Cause you're gonna compare like some people like you know like us. We've been getting more like that States vibe, that Toronto vibe. You know, like high risk. That doesn't sound like Montreal. You know what I'm saying?
But don't. Okay, so there's something that sounds like Montreal to you. Like there's a Montreal sound
Montreal
like-
sound is French.
Yeah, like the Montreal sound
for
is
English artists. Let's say for
French.
English artists. For English artists,
English doesn't really. It's sort of like
is there English sound?
it's scattered
Montreal.
right now. Like there's no sound in English right now. You know what I mean? So these French guys, you know what they're doing, and they got a recipe that they're sticking with. You know, but I feel like as English artists, like we should come together. You know what I'm saying? We should collab. A lot of niggas try to act Hollywood and shit. Like,
But you guys don't think the little French is what makes you Montreal? Because at the end of the day, this
Sure.
is something that you guys can't deny. Montreal is
Montreal is
as long as you want like
Yeah, I fuck
English,
with French
yeah, we
people.
know
Yeah,
it's
I love-
English, but the French aspect
love
of
the
Montreal.
French, like-
Personally, I feel like this is what
Builds Montreal.
builds Montreal. This is what differentiates Montreal for
Differentiates us
anything.
from
Is the little
everything.
French thing. These people trying to speak words. Comment allez-vous? Voulez-vous coucher avec? That's the only thing they know. Us, we
niggas out here
actually.
speak like 5 different languages in a sentence.
That's what I'm
Like, it's
saying. So
crazy,
that's
like-
the swag that I feel artists from Montreal should put out there more than anything, instead of trying to sound too much like.
Honestly,
But
it's
something
all
else.
about being true to yourself. If you're English, stay English. If you're French, do your French thing, you know? And what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna work with French artists so we show that like Montreal's a bilingual city. It's not just like, oh, there's this, that, you know, there's all kinds of shit and we fuck with each other, you know? Because at the end of the day, we all speak French. We're not trying to like say, oh, we don't fuck with French. Nah, it's just like we're English. We're actually born English, so it's more of like easier to rap for us in English, or else I would have rapped in French, honestly.
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Now, you guys saw that there was Metro Festival last weekend. You know, that was kind of lit.
That's hard. That's
Okay,
hard.
then.
Shout out to my man, the Olivier Primo and all that doing the events for
Shout
the
out to
city.
him, man.
That's really
Now
dope.
with the beach days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, big man.
So, do you guys feel like at this point of your career, you guys would be ready to rock the main stage at a festival like that?
You understand?
So me personally, I feel like, yo, give me another year, y'all niggas gonna hear my shit. You know, you're gonna know who I am. Like, it's all about consistency. You know, like niggas took a break because, yo, I had to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like figuring myself out, figuring out my sound, just me as a person. But it's like now we're ready. Fit, like just came out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go check that out. But like, that's just the beginning. You know, we're coming with hot shit every month. And it's just gonna get better and better. Next year, 2023 or 2024, however Olivier Primo like decides to do it when he hits me up or hits us up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be there, you know? So just expect it.
That's what's up. So, in terms of shows and stuff like that, are you guys performing a lot or?
So basically,
You
yeah,
get
right
booked?
now we're
Like, how
just
does that
creating
work?
that demand. We have a show upcoming in probably like a month or
July
so.
14th at the Belmont.
Exactly.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, we're starting to get out there, you know. It's not like us at the end of the day, we're more like underground people. People know us already, you know, from being in the streets and stuff. So like, just to like, it's just a matter of time to be known as artists, you know. It's consistency, hard work, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take this shit serious. It's not a joke. We're not gonna do this shit for fun. Like, we're tired of wasting time, man. Like, there's few people with talent out here. Like, few people with real talent
out here, and it's like there's too much bullshit surrounding it that's stopping it from blowing up, you know. Like, I'm seeing there's a couple people that are starting to pierce in the US, you know. So it's like that should be easy for us in Montreal, just like it is in Toronto. And I feel like it should be easy for French artists to pierce in France, but already I feel like it's easier for them. But we still got some work to do, you know what I'm saying? We got some catching up to do, and that's okay. Like, we gonna do the work, we gonna put in the work, you know.
Video every month, man. I got this video dropping soon called Tension. It's gonna be super hot.
Well, you see, one thing you said, you feel like it's easier for them. It's hard. In France,
it's hard for everybody because in France, got their own people, you know what I'm saying?
Millions and millions and millions in terms of population compared to us, you know?
Only specific people got that sauce, got what it takes, you know? And it's like, some people just need a machine behind them to really push them and showcase that, you know?
Yeah, real recognize real, that's all.
Now you guys probably saw nowadays there's a lot of rappers that get locked up. You got people like Young Thug and stuff like that, Gunna and all of them getting locked up, Rico charges and all that. Now, one thing that I noticed is now they're starting to use lyrics a lot in court. All right. Do you guys feel like it's something you guys have to work on? Do you feel like, oh man, I got to work on what I'm saying right now? Or it's like, oh man, fuck that, freedom of speech. I say what I want on my records. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, like, yo,
they don't even got freedom of speech here. Like, I'm pretty sure that
the best thing to do is to not self-snitch, you know? Like, we're trying not to self-snitch, you know? Like, props, whatever, you know, use props to not like have cops on your ass, you know? Like, we try to not, like, no guns in videos. We're not about that shit. Like, we don't show guns in videos. Like, us feds, like, we ain't trying to do time. And like, yo, I know people who got locked up for that shit. So it's like, we're not trying to like bait out our scene, you know?
But regardless, like, the guns, like even like in the words, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to music, like, there's a lot of, you know, you want to make your song sound good, you know what I'm saying? So let's be honest, there's always been a little fluff when it comes to the music. So all this to say, like, don't take everything like too literally, you know. Take everything with a grain of salt. Not every lyric, not every phrase, not every word has weight to it, you know what I mean? So it's just that, man.
It's the entertainment industry, you know. That's how they call it. Sometimes you gotta differentiate reality.
But like, if you know you're hot means like, yo, you're being washed and shit. Like, avoid, you know, posting shit on social media that's bait, you know, like, yo, social media is like the new way of how they're defining us. Like,
well, the thing is, it's y'all people that give them everything y'all want to do. Like, something y'all to know what y'all post on social media, you know.
Damn,
you got control. You got the post control on your phone. Like, it's up to you guys.
Just be mature, you know.
Straight up. Big shout out to you guys again. We got Genius in the building, Dante Crooks in the building. Now, can you guys explain me what's the affiliation with my man 4040? You know what I mean? My man 40 told me, yo, Feezy, man, I got two hot artists, man. I need them on the DMS show. I told him, say no more. He told me Genius. He told me Dante Crooks. So how did y'all got linked up and all that, man?
So Wallace to us is like a big bro, you know. He's showing us the way how to be like more serious with the music, be organized, shoot videos. That's why now there's more like a structure in what we do, you know. We're not just running around like not knowing how to move, you know. There's like we have a plan to it now. Like, we're coming with a plan and we're able to hit the game different, you know. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to like just plan the shit well and listen to the older people who did it before us, who knows the game, who has the connections, and who knows what to do, you know. That's what we're trying to do right now.
For sure, like 4040, they got the vision, you know what I'm saying? Like, they see certain things that we don't see, you know. Shout out Wallace, South, Avery, all y'all niggas, you already know what's up. And it's like, they saw the potential. Like, in me per se, they saw the potential in me young. Me, I didn't even know that, you know what I'm saying? And I just stayed down with niggas that really saw what it took, you know. So now we're here, and I'm not even trying to look back because I'm like, it makes sense, you know. It just feels right. Certain people, they might not take you the furthest fast, but you know, long term, building up a relationship, it's like you're gonna go the furthest way.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
And building relationship in this game, guys, I'm letting you know it's really important, man. Try to make sure you
No
guys
burning
network,
bridges. No burning
network as much as you can. Sure, don't burn no bridges and stuff like that.
Niggas were trying to slime me for the littlest thing, like especially right now, like 2022. Holy,
Holy,
grimy, like niggas are ruthless right now. So it's
But
just
honestly, like we fuck with everybody, you know, no beef shit. Like me and niggas who were like hot headed and shit. Like when niggas say like, yo, if you ask about me, genius, man, it's all love, man. I'm that nigga who you know from school, smoking weed, chill with everybody, go with the ladies, you know, that's all, man. Only good vibes.
That's what's up, my man.
It.
Now you guys are still young, you know what I mean, 24, 20. If you had the chance to sit down with one OG that could give you game,
OG on what, in the industry?
In the industry, yeah. Okay, who would it be and why?
Shit, me would be Jay-Z, the ultimate.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Trying to learn how to be a businessman and how to be an artist. Like,
it could be anybody, you know what I mean? Let's just say that. Let me further the question. Let's say it could be anybody. Any genius in this world. If you tell me Elon Musk, he's a genius. If you tell me Elon Musk, like one person, like he's an OG in whatever he's doing, and you know it could give you a good game.
Me, I'm gonna stick to the music, but I would say Kanye.
Okay.
Just because, like, yo, that nigga is very creative, you know, and he thinks outside of the box all the time. And I feel like when it wasn't his era and niggas were clowning him, like he just made his own space, you know, and then he evolved out of that and just took over everything. Like, who doesn't own Yeezys, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not one thing that we don't see every day that this nigga doesn't own, you know what I mean? So he's making bread and like he knows what he's doing, even though people think he's crazy. It's like, that's crazy to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I would love.
He's a genius.
That's a genius.
Only geniuses, man.
100%.
You feel me? Straight up.
Shit.
So before I let you guys go, man, High Risk, the single, man, talk to me about that. How did y'all hooked up on this song? What's the concept of the song? And
so basically, boom, I came up with that shit. That's like that's a song that's gonna be in my actually mixtape coming soon. That's gonna drop this summer. It's called Genius the Crisis.
Okay.
Cause like, yo, me honestly, like, yo, me and my niggas in the pandemic, we didn't let down. You know, we stayed jugging, we stayed dropping shit. We stayed coming up, you know, building up, like working hard and shit. So it's like, right now it's time to like drop and be active.
Are you guys planning on dropping a project together, or is it individual?
Honestly, like, yo, we're making so many songs together.
This
like,
all the time, yo, we need to drop an EP, we need to drop an album. So like, that's definitely.
We got hella songs together though. We got hella songs together.
That's what's up. So for anybody who want to follow you or see what you guys is doing to stay updated, man, let them know how can they follow you.
So yo, me on Instagram, it's Genius. The pharmacist, just like the chain, you know. Check that out. The pharmacist.
My man, let him know.
DC in the cut _ on Instagram. Dante Crooks on Snapchat. Go check me out. You already know. Fit out now. Go check it out on YouTube. Link in the bio. It's lit.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to you guys. You know you ain't going
shout out to you,
yet.
man.
I'm trying to hear some shit right now. You know, it ain't over. But big shout out to you guys, man. I just want to say, man, keep it up. Keep pushing. You know what I mean? Can't stop, won't stop. Should be the mentality at all times. Stay focused.
Shout out to you for also like putting on the scene and giving niggas a platform to speak.
For sure, man.
Cause like, yo, me, I remember I was telling you like how many years ago, yo, I want to be on the shit. Nah. But like, yo, niggas are really, when time comes, you know.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah,
hey, bro, we
don't 2019 being a youth, hitting you up, not being serious, you know what I mean? And like, now we're here now, so everything once again happens for a reason.
It's called growth, progression, and y'all going the right way.
Shit.
So keep doing this, man.